Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Mic here in the lovely Music Town, second floor of Hockey Town, downtown Detroit. Appreciate you tuning in for another edition, as we do every week. Invite local artists to come in, sit down and talk with them, hear some great tunes, and this week I have the Dirk Kroll Band. Hi, Dirk.
Hi, Pam. How are
You're right. You're close to me because we have a lot of members here today. I'm like, oh, hi. Yeah, hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
And first of all, well, it's the Dirk Kroll Band, so you are the leader. But this is not the full band, if I'm correct.
We're missing a singer, my wife.
Okay, Marcy. Yeah.
So, which
Okay.
is substantial for the harmonies and that.
Okay. Well, we miss her. I mean, she's got work. And...
Jeff refuses to sing today. So.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I don't know any of the words, so I can't help you out here. But well, good. So, yes, we have the full band here. In fact, I will let you introduce everybody, or everybody. Well, not everyone has a mic, so I'll let you do that.
Fine horn player Robert Reeves, all-around nice guy. Jeff Adams on guitar, lead guitar. Paul Price on drums, and Adam Brode on bass.
Okay. Well, welcome, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. You know, sometimes we're real intimate, just a singer and guitar, and sometimes we go the gamut here. And today is it. And the sound check sounded good, so looking forward to hearing that, especially with the horns and everything. So cool. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. So.
Close quarters. It feels good.
Yeah. I mean, you are close to me. Usually you're over there. I'm talking to him.
I might slip you a kiss when you're
No. We are on camera here, so no.
Don't do that, okay?
Yeah, no. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about the whole spiel and what you've been up to, and I know you have some new stuff. We'll talk about all of that coming up and everything, and of course here's some great tunes. So, but you're not originally from Detroit, correct?
I'm pretty much from Detroit. I grew up in Southern California,
Right.
Laguna Beach, till I was about 8 years old,
Okay.
which surprisingly enough gave me a different musical influence.
How
but
so?
I was here with just kind of West Coast jazz and stuff like that. But when I got here, I was my older brother in that Motown, and Motown.
Yes.
And then early English and everything else. So I'd say I'm Detroit.
Yeah. You can't help but get influenced by Motown.
Oh, my up and down my block as a kid, we had 50 kids in my street. We had dance parties, and it was all Motown. So.
Dance parties, really cool.
Yeah.
Someone blaring it on the hi-fi and
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, little kids that thought they could dance.
Thought.
Yeah.
You know what? When you got some good music on, it doesn't matter if you can dance or not dance, right? As long as you're grooving with it.
Exactly. They're well defined. That's great.
Yeah, and I kind of relate that. I've not heard that before. People around here do that. I mean, that was a few years ago, but I relate that to in the South. The porch. People just jamming on each other's porches. And everyone kind of gathers around and everything.
In the groove. Yeah, absolutely.
But that's
Same
cool.
thing.
It's that we had that here too. I never realized. People just playing the music and having fun with it. So, yeah.
I was just down in Nashville, and it was exactly like that.
Oh, really?
Everybody played, and the porch music and everything was really cool.
Well, you can't help when Nashville, is a big music hub,
Yes.
of course, and a lot of singer-songwriters go down there.
Back and forth, yeah. They were really curious about Detroit too. Detroit's really on the map all of a sudden.
Oh yes, isn't that cool? It
Yeah.
just all of a sudden it's people are realizing, man, this is a cool place to be if you're a musician or into the music. If you're not, you don't play anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've got some new things happening where like schools and the creative arts type of thing that's teaching a lot of the music and helping musicians in their business and stuff, which is really cool.
I'll give you my little analogy. When I was young, they said when you get older, everybody and their brother will be in a band and playing. They missed it by a gender. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, are you not playing more than are you playing in that? Because everybody's in a band and playing, recording. And the technology, which has somewhat passed me by, all the kids are doing their CDs and mix, online right away.
Yeah, that's the thing. It just has made things easier for musicians.
Yeah, technologically.
Yes, yeah. So you're not into that part of it, and just
Yeah, I am. I play stupid, so I don't set any precedent. But I know I follow. I'm in the studio with the Molecular Structure, Dave Rue studio, Studio A that is no longer. But if you don't pay attention to your finished sound, you're in trouble. So.
I didn't realize you have to really keep up on that. It's not just playing the music.
It changes yearly too. A lot of the technology and that, as you know.
Yeah. In all areas, all businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Not just music. So, So is there something, the technical end of it that you feel like you really need to know as a musician that will help you grow in your business or get your music out there? Is there one particular thing?
It sounds kind of crass. Paul mentioned it, to leverage a market. How do you get out there? If no one's heard you, do they know if they like you? If you're not coming up with a bat to the plate and taking a swing or something. So we've learned as we've gone along. Marcy's helped me out a lot. You know Marcy.
Yep.
Marcy's my wife, the singer in the band, and trying to communicate and get out in different markets and get your music played.
Right.
And that's been a real learning experience.
That is huge. If people don't know about you, you'll
the tree
sink.
that fell in the forest. Okay, yeah.
That is the $20,000 question: how to market, how to leverage, how to get your music out there to the masses.
It's just merchandise and many clubs and people you talk to. I know people on the West Coast now, Nashville and other places around the country, and it's helped me keep in touch. And at first they went, "Who are you?" And later on they go, "Oh, it's that guy."
But okay.
That's what you do, though.
But you want them to say, not that guy. Oh, that's Dirk Kroll.
Well,
that's the key.
That's what they say now. Yeah.
That's
but
the
it always
goal.
starts out with the first conversation, and later on, they know I'm Dirk when I call.
Right. Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's good. Yeah, for all musicians, sometimes I feel sorry not sorry, but I get it. I understand it's like, there's so much you have to do to get word out there. And most people feel like if you don't play live, then you're done. People have to hear you.
I remember, I'm going to date myself now, when you'd see the band, they sounded nothing like what you heard on a record.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, we talked about that before the program and that. So you must go out and play live, and that's your canvas on the wall, so to speak.
Yes. And usually when you do that, the smart bands always have their CDs or albums to purchase.
Yeah.
Merchandise is huge. And I've heard this many, many times. From people just, around me, that's like, well, which album would be the most representative of what I just heard? So, they want something that they can take that back home because they just experienced what you just did.
Yeah.
And which one of these, has all of the songs or the most of the songs that I just heard, and I've heard that more than once, numerous times. That's what they are looking for because they want that experience to continue and take it home and be able to hear the songs they just heard.
They want to download what you just played the night before and where to get it and everything that goes along with it. And the merch is a lot of times it's almost given away because it just gets the word out. I had somebody in a beach in California. They looked pretty rough. This couple walk up to me, and they went, "Are you Dirk?" I went like, "Maybe."
Who wants to know?
And no, they said that they had one of my shirts in their car, and they were from Cincinnati, and they knew my music
in California.
In California, first time that ever happened.
Yeah. Well, did you have your picture on the shirt or something that they?
No, they recognized me from my website.
Oh, okay, okay.
Without my hat on, I'm with my grandson and son, and they somehow figured out that was me. So,
tell me, did they follow you to California, or they just happened to be there?
They just happened to be
there.
Okay,
I was like, whoa, that's impressive.
Yeah. My son goes, "Whoa, Dad!"
I'm a celebrity, kiddo, don't you know?
I must be, yeah. Right.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Pfeiffer Beach in California.
Which one?
Pfeiffer, Big Sur.
Oh, okay, Big Sur, yeah. Oh, great area.
He's living the life with.
Yes. Ooh,
it's
nice
beautiful.
place.
It's
yes.
very beautiful. Yeah.
Very nice. All right. How about we hear a song?
Momentary lapse of reason, and I won't go into the literal meaning of it, but it's a guy that's always in doubt of his feelings. And this is my drummer that passed away a while ago, Greg Hodson, and we both did the lyrics. I did all the music.
Okay.
But it's a nice ditty. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause I'm thinking that today is gonna be the one to turn my life around. I'm lost and I'm found. I'm moving straight ahead, even made my bed, cause you can never tell. I might just share a pillow, and it might be another momentary lapse of reason. Feeling mighty clear, but my mind is thinking treason, and it feels like I'm never going home again. Cause I'm searching for the one that's meant to be looking day or night. Thought I seen her once or twice. just a joke. I just can't give up hope, and it might be another momentary lapse of reason. Feeling mighty driven, my mind can be deceiving. I'm 3,500 miles from my front door, and it feels like I've been wrong up in one. It feels like I'm never going home again. I'm thinking that that's all that's meant to be. Future's looking bright, please don't turn out the light. I'm waiting when I catch the fire that come look over my shoulder, behind the rock and roller, and it might be another momentary lapse of reason. Feeling mighty craving, my mind is thinking treason. I'm torn and tattered, and I lost my point of view. Replacing all is good with a broken attitude, and it feels like I'm never going home again. Going home again. Going home again. I'm going home. Well, I'm going home. 2, 3, up again.
Nice.
Thanks.
Is that on your? Is that a newer one, or is that on the original?
That's a newer one.
Newer one.
Well, it's
Okay.
kind of from the past, but it's a newer one. It's going to be on our CD.
Okay.
The latest.
The late,
to
yeah,
come out.
the upcoming CD.
The upcoming CD. I couldn't get that out of my mouth.
Yeah. So, okay, that's cool. I love when you play newer stuff. Just kind of give a taste of what's to come. When is this new CD coming out?
It should be actually downloadable in the next probably about 2 weeks from
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay.
Just about finished. Just going through the mastering right now.
Okay.
Accreditation and mastering, and
That takes a while, doesn't it?
it does take surprisingly. Who'd I leave out of this song? You know.
Ooh. Does that ever come back and bite you if you miss something?
Our first CD, we revised it, and went over and over and over, and still made spelling errors and just typical band stuff. You know, my name's not spelled like that.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's awful.
Only one thing made it to print, and it was minor.
Okay.
But this is like we're in the final press of it and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that, and they're going to hold the press.
Ooh. That would be bad. Yeah.
I don't know how offensive it is. I mean, you want to be represented. You played what part
Yeah,
at what time
yeah.
for posterity and everything, so it does count.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, they put your heart and soul into something, and it's like
Somebody
That's
spent
what-
spent all his time on my behalf. Yeah,
No, that's cool. All right. So this is this a full length or EP that's coming up?
10 songs.
Okay, full length. Yeah.
Yes,
That's-
full length.
Anywhere from 7 to 20 is can be full length. I think.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
heard both called.
Yeah.
I've heard both call that.
Okay. All right. So we'll be looking forward to that one. Big CD release party.
The Willis, what is it? The CD.
This is not a CD release party. Therefore, you're not obligated to buy a CD, but you come anyway to enjoy the sound.
Okay.
An iconic bar, the Willis Show Bar on Willis and 3rd in Detroit. It's being hosted by Jeff Milo, who writes for the Free Press Metro Times. He's got a spot on WDET and
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
He's
nice.
a friend of ours, and he's followed us and our first CNN. So he's going to host it and sponsor it kind of that night, guest DJ.
Okay.
But it's an interesting place. There's one bar that you look across at, you're going to see the band on. Then some part of the band is over by the door on a separate stage.
Why?
That's the way the Willis is. The
Okay.
sound. When I first walked in, I went no way for the sound person. They sound great. They know what they're
Okay.
doing. Yeah.
That seems
It's
weird.
segregated. It's weird. You wave to the horn player.
Yeah, I was like, "Hello, guys, ready over there?" You know.
It works out surprisingly smooth though, for them.
Okay. Oh, interesting. You said with people that follow you. Do you have a big following? Do you think?
Huge.
Okay.
Well, it's been getting slightly more noticeable with
Okay.
the videos that have been released recently.
It's tough because it's original. I
Yeah.
think my stuff's pretty approachable, and I've heard that from people. But we've got more and more people are curious about what we're doing,
Yeah,
and it's kind of from other fans of ours that are big fans of ours.
Right.
So it's been a tug and pull for a while, but we're doing really well, and I really appreciate the people that dedicate their time to come and see us when we do play.
Don't you just love those people that just follow you
The
and
super
support?
fans, yeah.
Super fans, yes. As in radio, we call them the P1s. You know,
Oh,
that they just they constantly listen to you and calling in.
What's that stand for? P1.
Oh
Okay.
gosh, now I'm drawing a blank. Okay, but you'd mentioned videos, which is a huge part for musicians.
Yes, it really
yeah.
is. It really is.
I think people like that. I mean, it's the norm when they can see and hear, all the senses.
It's a visual and
Yes,
audio.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And plus, and it's really, to me, when I see a video, it's like sometimes, well, that is not what I thought this song was about. And you see the video, it's like completely opposite from just listening to the lyrics, and it's like, I think the video really helps.
Well, the videos are their own art form.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen really simple ones that were really effective. I've seen elaborate ones that weren't as effective.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know if you're betraying yourself or you're portraying yourself.
Oh, good point. Yeah. So I think just as long as you get out there, that's
Yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah. Any way you get out there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's the way I like.
As we're back to the beginning, the marketing and all of that,
Yeah,
and just
that's-
another way to get people to hear your music and find your music. So
Yep. If it's compelling, they're gonna walk around and sing it, and later on figure out who you are, and then come and see you, then tell a friend.
So how long have you been doing this professionally then?
About 93 years. No, I've been playing for.
Damn, you look good. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking. No, I've been playing since probably mid-'70s,
Okay.
and anything. I mean, I played before then, and then I grew up playing. I was just kind of street and that. And I experienced more and more better people around me, and I probably took off in about the mid-'70s, and I had an
Okay.
original band then. No one's going to remember that. And then
Go
it
ahead,
got all
shout
the way
out.
to the-
What was the name of it?
Odd Lot.
Odd Lot. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know that one.
Yeah, $1 million if you did.
Yeah.
But I was on A&M Records in the early '90s. It was just a terrible contract, and we were 3 people in a band. We're getting a divorce. Let me get my violin out now. But it was. So I've been around town. I've been really under the radar, and I'm a bass player that wrote. So
Okay.
I play guitar all this time in that too, but nothing substantial guitar
Right.
was. I was a bass player in a lot of bands,
Yeah.
and I could name a lot of contemporaries in that, and I know who they are. They know who I am.
So why was it a terrible contract?
Well, it was almost like money laundering. We found out after the fact.
Really?
They gave us a substantial amount of money that was only going to go to their production people, their PR, their studios. Yeah.
A&M, really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
well, that's when Herb Alpert was sold the last part of it he had, and the
Okay.
new regime came in and said, "I don't care what they told you."
Okay. Interesting.
And we were young and dumb, and
Young and dumb. Well, it's like, a record label
that's kind of what
contract.
we did. Yeah.
And just, you're seeing stars,
It's
I would imagine.
It's so virtual now, though. I mean, I hear
Yeah.
somebody sign, they go, "Okay, they're signed." What does that
yeah.
mean? Yeah.
It's definitely different now if you get signed and
And
not like it was.
Yeah, well, thank God we're mid-20s and beautiful. So.
Good thing.
Easy for the label to promote you and market you. Is that what you're saying?
If we make it, anybody can.
That's
No,
funny.
You have to have
That's-
the compelling music.
Yeah.
Songwriting is where it's at, obviously.
Oh yeah, there's people that write songs and make tons of money. They don't sing them, but they sell them to other artists, and that's where it is.
Somebody give me a call. I'm ready.
Yes. Is there anyone that you would love to write a song for?
Oh, I always wanted to write one for Tasha Owens locally.
Oh,
And
local,
then
okay, yeah.
She still jokes. I was chasing her around a parking lot at this bar with the piano part to the songwriter sing. She's going, "What's wrong with you?" And then we ended up in Studio A, and she sang it with Rachel Williams.
Okay. Oh
and
yeah.
So other than that, I had a song I always thought Smokey Robinson would be good with. I had one that I thought Badfinger would do that I like, but it's really random. My early English influences were big for me writing wise, and this was Apple and
Mm-hmm.
Beatles, Stones, and that too. But other than Motown, it was Doris Troy, Jackie Lomax, and early Apple artists and stuff that I
Hmm. Yeah.
really got into the fabric of writing about.
Interesting. Yeah.
A little different.
Yeah, not your norm for
No.
sure. Yeah. For sure. So, but it's nice you have those influences, and everybody needs something to get the sparks going, and and get that.
What was your
that thought.
favorite song when you were growing up?
I can't even. I couldn't tell you.
Green Onions.
That's a great song,
Okay.
but there's no vocals to it.
Top
But,
three, that makes it easy.
as a DJ, that is one of the worst questions to ask a
Yeah,
DJ.
no.
It just.
1 million songs
Yeah,
later.
yeah. I mean, there's so many. I could dig. I could come up with a list of, a mile long. Just that's a tough one. But
And I hit you with a 1. Okay.
yeah, no.
Weirdest.
But I grew up listening to CKLW and the
Oh yeah,
You
me too. The Keener list.
Keener list, yeah.
You said it first.
oops, I'm now dating myself here. No, but I love when you mentioned some really interesting names. So did you learn from those influences, or did you actually have professional training?
Somewhere along the line, I Fava Studios and stuff like that, and I had some writing classes that I didn't pay much attention to. I was stuck in my own groove, and they'd go, "No, don't do that." And I go, "No, I want to do this." Mm-hmm. And that happened over and over again. But I listened to the fabric of what people were writing, the middle eight that they had, how it integrated with the rest of the song, and that.
Uh-huh.
I always had an idea about my songs and how they were going to go.
Yeah. Well, didn't you go to Wayne State? Did
Yeah, I
hear
went to
that right?
Wayne.
Okay, for
I never
music?
finished. No.
No? Oh.
No, political science major.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that was out of left field.
No, and then I got into ornamental plaster and historical restoration instead of that degree. So,
Wow.
which is why my hands are so beat up.
Okay, interesting. You didn't go there for music. You didn't
No,
want to stay.
I was playing. I was playing the old jazz workshops and upright. I don't get around much anymore.
Yeah.
So I was always playing, but
Interesting.
not necessarily a formal playing. No.
Yeah. So how did you, learn to write and play music?
I started out with Diddy. I'm a voracious reader. I've written, the last song we're going to play is about an old Jack Benny movie. He was a klutzy angel. It had to get this couple together by midnight, but the girl was starting to fall for Jack Benny. And it's called Just Get Me to Midnight.
It's like, okay, just the thought of where you pull that out. You're watching the movie, and this came to mind. Okay.
And it's got some funk to it, you'll hear.
Okay.
TV show, the song we're about ready to play, is just a passing of life. And everybody's going through this now. When you were younger, you're middle age, you're kids, and then when it all ends. And we all have parents that we've been through, and it's just kind of a statement about it seems like a TV show. So.
Well, then let's hear it.
Okay.
Now that you've intrigued us.
2, 3, 4. Takes a lifetime and it carries you onto your next day. Did you wake up and worry? Did you have something to say? And now you look around you and you got all that love you need in some emotional quagmire, and the world hanging at your feet. 'Cause when tomorrow comes, sometimes you just don't know. Now it's the fall of your lifetime, and all your kids, they're chasing you. A across some snowy field. It's so cold and their lips they turn blue. And when you look around you, you got all that love you need. And the world's so sunny outside, and your heart skips a beat. 'Cause when tomorrow comes, sometimes we just don't know. It's just a TV show. It's just a TV show. It's just a TV show. Now it's the winter of your lifetime, and all your family surrounds you, and they're all holding hands now. They're all here to see you through. And when you look around you, you got all that love you need, and the world's passing you by, and your life's complete now. 'Cause when tomorrow comes, sometimes we just don't know. It's just a TV show. 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 It's just a TV show.
Don't hear flute very often on
Now in the rock and
this
roll
rock.
Detroit
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, very interesting.
Robert
Yeah.
Reeves, remember that name?
And we talked about earlier with the bass. I could hear you, no mic. and it
Oh,
was like-
good. I can hear you too.
It's like, oh yeah, he doesn't.
Oh,
you know,
wonderful.
yeah, definitely came through. So, and now is this on the upcoming album, or is that
This is on
an
the
older-
next one that's coming up. So
the third one?
I'm already
or the,
in my third one. Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Okay.
but you should be. About the time you're mastering your last one, you.
keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. This is going to
Okay.
be on the
And
next
that's
one.
only in this universe.
Yeah, only in this universe.
Do you have do you have a lot of songs already for the next one?
Quite a few, yeah.
Okay. Well, you've been doing this a while.
Oh yes, yeah. And it's always pulling up something from the past, a ditty.
Stay
and
up on the
word.
mic if you would.
It's always pulling up something from the past and a ditty and some lyrics and that then later on you'll work into a song. Some stuff you've got pretty complete, but it's just hung out for a while before it came to the forefront.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
I'd play it like that,
Got
say it like.
28 or 30 right now in the field.
And
That's
we-
quite a few.
And then we've got, and there's the rejects too that are, we go, I don't think this works. So
Take a little snippet from each of the rejects and make a song out of it. That would be interesting.
have done that, yeah.
Well, that's good. Now this new one is it's called this Broken Play. That's the upcoming one.
The upcoming CD, yeah.
Yeah, and your debut. I guess we can call it a debut.
Sure.
Living Inside.
Living Inside, yes.
Yes. There was the cover of that, and I wish I had a picture, can show on the camera, but I wanted to ask you about the
Oh,
cover.
you don't have that.
I was asking about the cover of it was very intriguing. That, oh gosh, I wish I could. I'm sorry, I brought it up. I don't have a
Diane
picture.
Irby, and she was local at shows at the Scarab Club and that. We were very much into the artists around town, art, not just the music.
Right,
It's
right,
funny
right.
how segregated that is. That's another program, though. She had the picture at a gallery, and we asked if we could use it,
Okay.
the picture that you saw on the cover.
Yeah.
And it just kind of intrigued me, looking down the orchard with
Yeah.
half of the girl and the
Yeah.
and
it was
the
different.
dress she was in and that. And then the back was some burnt out factory or something like that.
Now, that was the other thing when looking on your website, the posters that you have for all of your shows. I got the what's the Grimshaw kind of look.
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
Thing.
Thank
And I
you.
don't know who does your posters.
We do a lot of them. We've had Mark Arminsky. I think
They're really cool.
We have different. We had a guy from Boston do them. Smitty is the name I'm going to come up
Carl
with.
did one too.
Carl Lundgren.
Oh yeah, okay, Carl.
So and it was always the Grimshaw, Lundgren, and Arminsky
yes,
trio in
yes,
Detroit. And
yeah,
that,
yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, it had that. As soon as I saw that on your website, it's like, oh, this has got that same look kind of thing, feel to it. So.
Our contemporaries in the art world,
Yeah.
and they're all so talented.
Oh my
We're
gosh,
lucky to have them do
yes.
anything with
Oh,
us.
yeah. Yeah, and those become literally art pieces.
Yes, yeah, that's what we shoot for too. I like the old. It wasn't random that you actually had a cover that people went, oh, I've got this in my hand. It looks like art.
Yeah, yeah, people enjoy that. And, I mean, yeah, you can whip up a quick flyer and throw it up somewhere, but you've got a piece of art almost.
There's a
with
lot
those-
of really creative people with their covers and that. I mean, not everybody, and that's the way it goes. But I mean, there's some really interesting cover art out there. That's
Yes.
back to art again.
Yes,
not
which
just
is
a flyby.
interesting. Yeah, and I did this tour around Detroit. It's a really cool thing, and it was interesting how much graffiti. I mean, it's not graffiti; it's art throughout the buildings and the walls throughout the whole of downtown area. It was very
Not just Banksy, but everybody.
yeah, and that's become a thing down here. With this art, that they're putting up on the walls and everything. I'm sure they have to, get permission, obviously, but they're beautiful. It's like, where did this
I
come
watched
from?
a 200-car train stopped in Pontiac, and there was quite a crowd of cars waiting, and then people are going, oh no. Then we saw the art, car by car. People got out of their cars and went up to it and watched
Really?
blow by blow all these artists on cars. It's one of the most beautiful shows I've ever seen. I couldn't believe the art that was going by us, and that all these different people were out of their cars going, that one.
That's interesting. It's a train going by. You reference as a show.
It was a show. It was. I went home. I explained it to Marcy and that, and then since then we watch trains. They're nothing like this. I've never seen anything like it. But you'll see on trains specifically a lot of the downtown art here,
Yeah.
the spray can art, I call it.
Spray can art. Yes.
Yeah, that's just so intricate. It's
I was
beautiful.
amazed at and I love the fact that musicians are, especially now, a lot of musicians are doing a vinyl press. At least one,
yeah.
and then the whole cover. It's really become a thing again, which is really cool.
I want vinyl so bad. I'm just on to my next budget. I hope I can make this budget.
Oh, that would be tough with a musician, I would
But
imagine.
vinyl is no longer cottage industry. I heard somebody say you're guaranteed to sell 1,000 records if it's on vinyl.
Yeah, well, more artists are doing that because
Yes,
it's really.
I'll get there.
Well, yeah, well, hopefully, and what's interesting is how many presses we have in Detroit too.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, that's becoming
yeah.
a big thing as well, which is like this is so cool for musicians.
Yeah,
But
it really is.
yeah, I would imagine it's not cheap though. So
Ham exam.
yeah, this is the Pam exam.
Uh-oh.
Here, Jeff, step over here.
Da-da-da-da. No, just some random questions that.
Probably smart.
My favorite vegetable, or something.
Yeah, tip jar. Well,
That's what I said. Chip jar.
no, I don't have a tip jar here. Sorry. Yeah, and I'm gearing these obviously to you. If someone has a really good answer they just want to throw out there, feel free. But your favorite Detroit area festival?
What's the one we played at?
Yeah, I liked the Hard
That's my favorite.
Plaza, the River Stage. We played there twice this year. That was we were looking out at the river and
Oh,
playing for the crowd. It was beautiful.
At Hart Plaza, what was that festival?
Well, it was a Pride Festival in
Oh, Pride.
Muscle.
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Muscle. muscle car.
Very cool.
But,
Yeah,
Detroit Muscle.
Detroit Muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, you can see the water. And,
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
That probably inspires you when you're playing, I would think. When you have a beautiful background and
It's nice.
They had some other, because there were many bands there, and,
Mm-hmm.
and I would always prefer. I like the old, what was it on the Shane Park? It was on the water for a concert of colors in there.
Oh, yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I loved it there.
Shane Park, which
Yeah.
was, I don't know if it's officially changed yet, but that will be Aretha Franklin Park.
Aretha Franklin Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same thing with the water going by.
Yeah, and I love it too because any of those concerts that's on the water, we have the beautiful river walk.
It's
they
unique.
really are
It's
working.
really unique. Yeah.
People don't realize, what Detroit's been doing, and that whole walk is so cool. It's supposed to be from Belle Isle to the Ambassador Bridge, and they're still working as they stretch
Oh,
through.
it's-
And it's just cool when they have all these different music things going on the Riverwalk that the boats are in the water just anchored and listening to the
Yeah.
music. It's so cool. There's always several boats sitting out
Yeah,
there.
we had boats that stop and hear us
yeah,
play. And
yeah.
They were talking about this a while ago, and I kind of imagined it, but as it's happening, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh, good for you. Your most memorable music moment.
Oh, I'm really going to age myself now.
That's okay.
Jimi Hendrix, February 17th, 1968. And I asked my mom, I was really young. I said, "Hey, Mom, can I go see Jimi Hendrix?" And ordinarily, if she knew who that was, it was no. She goes, "Sure, where's he live?" But it was,
With the Monkeys last year, he's fine.
yeah, it was before he was too high and burning his guitar and everything. And the second album, Bold Love, had not come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the English copy of it.
Ooh.
And me and two of my friends went and saw Jimi Hendrix. And it was intimate. And people were so freaked out that he played a couple songs and the crowd hardly reacted. And he's tapping the mic going, "Y'all okay out there?" And then they came up, they silently rushed the stage, and he was touching people's hands and played the rest of the two albums. But it was just amazing.
That's funny. You know the exact date. February the
17th. Somebody's going to call me on this. I think that's it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was very memorable.
So did that direct you in any way in your music?
Oh, absolutely. I think the whole audience wanted to go out and get a guitar and sing and whatever. It was just amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
There was electricity in the air and everything. And, years later, I still remember that. My two friends that were there with me.
That's cool. Where was this at?
Masonic
Okay.
Temple.
Oh, a good
Yeah.
place.
Yes.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Wow. That is cool. Oop, I already just answered that. Your favorite Detroit area museum?
Oh, this is no DIA,
Yeah.
I mean, friends come in from out of town, and that's one of the first stops. We go to the DIA, and
That is
it's
a good one.
amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been, San Francisco and New York and it's just world class.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really get out and see other museums, they're nice too. They have their aspects, but DIA is one of the best in the country, if not the best.
Yeah. We definitely have a gem here with
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
absolutely.
The best advice ever given to you. Doesn't have to be musical or not, but
I already blew this. Don't talk too much. Marcy tells me that. No, just kidding. I don't know what the best advice was. Be true to yourself, and world peace, and I'm being sarcastic, but
yeah.
try and be what you are,
okay. I know some musicians, someone told them early in their career or something.
I've got
that
a lot of poignant advice and from real people that inspired me to try and do my best and also retain yourself. When you're really young, you're going, "Well, I think I'll be like that or something." And you reach in your core later on and be what you are. And these people that told me at the time that I might not have gotten it were who they are, and it carried into their music and the way they carried themselves and everything.
Yeah, isn't it a shame sometimes in our younger years was like, just
Yeah.
and then as we get older, it's like, that really made sense.
Yeah.
I should have
Somewhere later on
heed the warning.
Somewhere later on the light bulb goes on. Yeah,
it's
I
like,
should have done that.
The youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. If you could be on the cover of a magazine, which one?
GQ.
No, he's GQ. I would be.
I don't even have that anymore.
We can edit this later. No.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
going to be Rolling
No, I
Stone.
made a deal with them, actually. These are all staying.
Rolling Stone's changed so much too.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
It's,
It's not quite the same.
and that slight look of disdain on you is exactly how I feel too. I want to be on the cover. No, I mean I love their political articles and stuff like that too, and a lot of it goes to, well, that's not me. Hold it, that's me. But they've been pertinent for forever. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, you say Rolling Stone. I mean,
I want to be in the Huffington Post, and you're going to hear about that one now.
Oh yeah. If you could dress yourself before being laid out in your coffin, what would you be wearing for the rest of eternity?
Ski pants and an Angora sweater. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you know me would be a coat and tie.
Yeah, he'd be a coat and tie. I would probably. You're looking
What's
at
your
it.
look? Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Something casual. It said, "Oh, that is Dirk," you know.
Yeah.
Instead of somebody else. It's like a high school pictures when, I never got one taken. And years later, you'd hold up these rosy cheeks of all your friends, and you go, "You never look like that in your life,"
Or the poses that they were doing for a while.
Oh,
That's like,
yeah.
Really?
The try too hard poses, yeah.
Around next to a tree. Lately, it seems like people are bringing their dogs and their pets and they're seeing your pictures. Like,
or goats.
What's wrong
yeah,
with it?
let's
goats?
do yoga and goats.
Oh yeah, my squirrel that I need. What's the word they call when you take a plate on the plane? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Thank you, emotional support squirrel. First,
you have to order peanuts from the air stewardess, and the squirrels all over you.
I've got to go. Goats are cute.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
We didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
First we've heard about that. No, I'm not going there. I'm
I'm
going
just mentioning
to shut up now.
Okay. First record you ever bought and the first concert you ever attended?
I bought Summertime Blues. Who wrote that?
Janis Joplin?
No.
That one?
No. This was.
I don't know who did it in the 60s.
It was a Sonny Rollins record.
yeah,
This was in California, and I don't know if I bought them as much as I stole them out of somebody's collection by accident. Sonny Rollins and Eddie Cochran.
Oh yeah.
Eddie Cochran, yeah.
That you, it was on your website. Those
Yep,
are the two
yep,
records that.
Well, my family was divided. We were separated for a while, and here comes California Dirk to very conservative Michigan, and my dad's like going, "What?" Sonny Rollins and Eddie Cochran.
Yeah, I mean, those are.
And I'd play them at my grandmother's really nice phono and that, and my dad would go crazy.
Well, okay, Sonny, remind me, is he's a jazz player?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Sonny Rollins trio. Paul's our jazz aficionado.
And then Eddie was a big rock and roll.
Oh yeah. He was early rocker.
Yeah.
Slick back hair rocker.
Interesting. The two people that.
Well, I got here and I broke into my brother's Motown collection because I hadn't seen him for years.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And it was like the death sentence, and he caught me. And he said, "So you know any of these songs?" I sang him a few words before he's going to wallop me in that. He goes, "Oh, okay." So he took me to see amazing Motown acts at the State Fair and all this stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I quickly went Motown.
How can you not be influenced by Motown?
I saw
right?
Jackie Wilson. We were,
fun.
we don't have white people in the audience and stuff like that. So
Doesn't matter.
no,
that
it
is
was
cool.
very
You
cool.
got to
It was
experience
a very
that,
inclusive music scene, early music scene in Detroit.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah. It's just cool how Motown did spread, to the masses, which was.
Which
was huge
Detroit and
for
everybody on the
Detroit. Yeah,
map.
huge for Detroit.
And all of the Beatles and everybody were huge fans of Motown.
Yeah, I loved hearing those stories. That so and so influenced. And it was a Detroit Motown band.
Yeah.
It's like cool.
Aretha and just on and on. Stevie Wonder.
Yes. Yeah.
I just everybody.
Detroit is where it's at.
Yeah. It's Detroit.
All right. How about another song?
Okay. This is the Jack Benny one I told you
okay,
about.
yeah.
That Just Get Me to Midnight. One, two, three. gotta see them through. Tonight at midnight, I gotta play the blues. 'Cause feeling like the way I do, I can see me loving you. So I just can't take it. A twist fate was just a wicked hand. Might be that you was not part of this plan. You don't need my soul, get it now, you get your side set. Level 2, 'cause I wasn't supposed to fall in love. I got my orders straight from above, straight from above. So I just can't take it. I just can't take it. Your fate, girl, somebody else for you. You don't need my stuff, get it now, you. 'Cause you get your side set, level 2. Feeling like the way I do, I can see me loving you. I just can't take it. I just can't take it. I don't need to know. I just can't take it. Get me to midnight. Just get me to midnight. Get me to midnight. Just get me to midnight. Oh, get me to midnight. Just get me to midnight. Oh, get me to midnight. Just get me to midnight.
And now is that on, or which one is it on? Is on any?
That's on the latest, the one coming out.
The second.
The second one, yeah.
Yes. The forthcoming. All right. Name of that.
Try and mix it up a little in the songwriting.
Yeah, no, they are great. They were good. Got a great band behind you here.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate, very talented.
Yeah. So when it comes to songwriting, is this a team effort, or you do most of it?
I pretty much do it. I write all the stuff.
Okay.
And the lyrics and that. But I'm open to ideas, and they suggest good stuff all the time.
Yeah. Do you, some bands I know, you'll take a few lines or a few notes or whatever and say, okay, guys, let's figure this out. Does that happen a lot?
No, I pretty much come with my ideas and that. And like I said, structurally pretty much me.
Yeah, okay.
But all the enhancement and some major parts in my songs and that, although that was my structure in that,
yeah.
They knew where to go with it and how to do it, to give it its best shot.
Well, absolutely.
It's all about the song.
And that's how they're generous, because everybody wants to, you know, God forbid you got somebody who's got a solo all the time, or they have to stick out, or they're not really.
That'll
all
kill
about,
a band.
They're all about the song, and
Yeah,
I'm very,
yeah.
very fortunate, like I said.
So I would imagine most of you guys have been playing for a while as well. Yeah. So how long has this core been together?
You and I are coming up on 5 years at Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
And yeah, we were all doing stuff before that and other projects. We're about 5 years, Jeff and I. Paul,
A couple years.
3 years.
Maybe 3 years.
Okay.
3 years.
They just picked me up in the alley.
Robert too is recent.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a musician, but I would think that you stick with a band, you know, for quite a while before you start looking for other players.
You hope to, and there's an attrition, Paul. I mean, some people have 6 bands they're in, and somebody's going to get very successful. I had a guitar player with health problems, and we couldn't play with him any longer. So you try and keep, you know, the band you have, the band that knows you.
Right, right.
And you.
Hard to train someone new.
Well, it's hard to integrate with all the material and how
yeah,
much
yeah.
everybody's worked on it, and that it's a big workload because it's all original on that too.
Yeah.
My arrangements, I've been told, aren't simple. They sound simple to me, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's deceptive. Like when you first hear it, it's like, oh yeah, cool, nice, simple song, whatever. And then you start learning, and it's like, whoa.
I don't write them. I just write them. I don't.
Yeah, but it's a good challenge.
That's the way your mind works, and you
Just the way it works.
yeah. Nothing simple. Well, you know, I mean, more than just 3 chords.
Well,
right?
you just heard their TV show. That's a real simple song.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a musician, so
That was the second one we played.
yeah, right.
But it's not. The form is crazy. Yeah, it's got 2 chords. But
See, now the way you guys play it, I would not have known that was you know, a hard song to play.
That's what I like about it is the beauty of it. Is
Yeah.
that there is some complexity going on, but the music is just a simple song.
Yeah.
Like you hear, it's like the Beatles. It's like you hear what the song's supposed to be, but if you dig deep into it.
Yeah, those are hard to play
Yeah,
from what I've
yeah.
heard. Yeah.
But even the ones that have 3 songs or 4 songs, there's stuff going on always.
Yeah. A true musician, you know. Obviously, it's.
Why, thank
that's
you,
what
Adam.
do.
Yeah, well, I like it.
All right, so you have this new one coming up, and you have the somewhat release party without the.
Yeah, at the Willis, Thursday night, December 6th.
Okay.
And they have more. I think if you're the Beatles and you were local, they wouldn't give you a weekend. They don't. Locals are Wednesdays and Thursdays, and top-notch people in there on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Tasha's CD party and. Just great locals. On the weekends, I think they've done from true burlesque to they're trying everything right now. They're still getting their sea legs in it. It's a wonderful club. The design is beautiful. The sound is great. The people that are there are so dedicated to this show bar.
Right.
It's an iconic bar, and they've just done a great job.
Even though half the band's here and half's over there.
It works. I'm no longer a skeptic. It works.
Oh, okay. Well, good. And you're working on the 3rd album, which, you know, maybe next year, maybe, you know, whatever.
It seems like it's going to be a year away. No matter.
Okay, yeah,
I mean, I've already got ideas and I've got studio time and that,
Okay.
but that's just the way it works. With everybody living their life, working their day jobs and blah, 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 blah. and they come
Typical of a
in.
musician, yeah. So, all right. And so you have a website. Is it up and running at this point?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Dirk
okay.
Kroll Band.com.
.com, yeah.
The Dirk Kroll Band.com. So,
Da-da-da.
yeah.
Okay,
Meet
well,
you on Pfeiffer Beach.
So go there if you want to get information of, you know, your
Up
music,
and coming
show
shows,
everything.
videos, songs.
Check out those posters.
Check out definitely the posters too. I forget that aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like to see those in there. So fun. All right. Well,
And
good.
thanks again so much for having us.
Oh,
This has been
absolutely.
a ton of fun.
You guys
Thank you
sounded
for having
great. Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I'm trying to think that this might have been the first time I had horns in here. I'm not sure.
Really?
I'm trying to remember. You know, I do this every week. We've been doing this over a year now. It's like sometimes I go back and listen. Oh yeah, I had that person in here. You know. So
Is it you do mostly just a guess Americana?
no, I do. No, I've had jazz. I've had
Jazz without
rock.
horns?
I've had with yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a mixture. Hey, you know, music is music to me. I was like,
I
it's good
agree.
music. Let's share it with everybody. That's the way I look at it. So
Absolutely.
Well, thanks again, guys, for coming. Thanks, Dirk, and
Thank you,
appreciate you
Pam.
coming
Thanks.
in and playing everybody. It sounded great. And again, let's go down the line and introduce.
The rarefied air here, apparently. Robert Reeves. on horn, Jeff Adams on guitar, Paul Price on drums, and Adam Brode on bass.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I do appreciate that. And thanks to all of you out there who tuned in to watch Behind the Mic here in the beautiful Music Town Studios, second floor of Hockey Town, downtown Detroit. And thanks again. We'll do it again next week. So I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Pam Rossi. Have a great week.